Tom Hartman spoke to a guy named Kyle Hunt, who is a spokesperson and an organizer for the White Man March. Yes, you heard that correctly. And this guy is going to say an assload of hilarious things.
Where is the march and when? All that kind of thing.
The march is all around the world. It's a viral idea, and it's not necessarily a literal march. People are just being asked to go out and do something that is pro-white. This could include holding up signs, passing out literature, or engaging in some other kinds of public demonstrations.
Burning a cross?
No, I don't know why that would be necessary or good publicity.
Well, usually when I think of people who are, promoting white men, I think of the KKK. Isn't
that interesting? Because you talk about white privilege a lot, and we don't actually have anybody out there that's pro-white in our media. And in fact, our media
except all those white people
is completely anti-white. Well, it's got a lot of Jewish people. But let me tell you about
that was a question I have for you, Kyle. I'm on your website. I keep seeing this reference to Jews throughout your website. Are Jews not white people in your mind?
No, and in Jewish minds, white people are not related to them very much either.
By white people,
they don't consider white people Jews, and Jews should not consider Jews white people. White people are being oppressed in that they are victims of racism and discrimination. They are targeted and not allowed to have certain jobs.
I genuinely am not going to pick on you or ridicule you or anything like that. I was just curious if you could share with us, your personal story of what was the epiphany for you that caused you to realize that you or that white people like you are oppressed.
Are in danger?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how about when Jamie Foxx is on Saturday Night Live and he says, "I kill all the white people in the movie." How great is that? And then
in Django,
the audience applauds. Yeah, he's promoting Django Unchained.
What happened to you? What brought you into this?
I saw that there is a genocide taking place, Tom. You can look at the UN's definition of genocide, which is first killing members of the group, or in whole or in part, 2, causing a serious bodily harm or mental harm.
So white people are being killed.
3, deliberately inflicting on the group conditions of life calculated to bring about its physical destruction in whole or in part. Any of these conditions, if they're met, it constitutes.
So how are white people being killed in a way that is genocide?
That does not need to even be the case.
I would like to apologize to all black people, all Hispanic people, all minorities. Those guys don't represent us, man. Please don't let those guys in your mind represent all white people. This is the dumbest motherfucker I've ever heard in my entire life with his ridiculous, overblown victim complex. Everybody's out to get him. Everybody's out to get him. He just said there's a genocide against white people. And then, by the way, when Tom continues to press him at the end there, he's like, whoa, wait, what? Genocide against white people? He hedges. He goes, no, if you read the literal definition, if you get to the 6th definition, the 3rd line in after that comma right there, there's a little area where it says that sometimes in some rare cases, maybe genocide doesn't involve actually killing millions of people. It involves something else. So by that definition, yeah, there's a genocide against white people. You look silly, son. Just stop. You look silly. You're this massive joke. You're a clown. Nobody takes you seriously. I mean, it's one of those things where everybody, when you hear genocide, everybody thinks of the same thing. The Holocaust. Mass killing. Whether it be in Rwanda or whether it be the Armenian genocide. How many examples are there throughout history? That's what you think of when you think of genocide. To say that there's a genocide against white people. Nobody has had it better than white people. I know that, you know that, everybody knows that, and if you don't know that, you're lying to yourself. Or you're just an idiot. It's one of the two. I mean, but look at some of the stuff he says. The media is anti-white. Oh, that's such a great point, man. I remember Bill O'Reilly did a I hate white people rant the other day. That's totally true. Or, what was it? Anderson Cooper on CNN on last Wednesday apologized for being white and resigned. Good point, man. What was that thing that Chris Hayes did on his show? He said, fuck myself, fuck white people, fuck all these cracker-ass bitches. These are all punks. I'm out. Peace. Oh, that's right. None of that happened ever, and it never would, and there's no such thing as the media being anti-white, and the majority of the people in the media are fucking white. How about when he says, quote, Jews aren't white? I always thought that was hilarious. You know how throughout like history, the definitions have been changed and moved to make more sense? So originally when immigrants came to the U.S., whether they're Irish immigrants, Italian immigrants, Polish immigrants, whatever, they were just going to, no, they're not white. But they're literally fucking white. Literally, their skin is white. Literally. They're not white. The WASPs would say that because the WASPs are little whiny bitches. So then they eventually, okay, we'll allow the Italians in. That's fine. All right, we'll allow the Polish people in. All right, we'll allow the Irish people in. And they just keep moving it. This guy's still stuck in like 1637. He's like, the Jews, they're not white. Again, dude, have you seen a Jewish person? They are literally white, you fucking idiot. I can't, this guy, quote, white people are being oppressed. They are victims of discrimination. They're 77% of the population. They're the overwhelming majority of the people on Wall Street, the overwhelming majority of the business owners, the overwhelming majority of people in government. Remind me again how they're being oppressed? You know what? To be fair, he does have a point. There is that one law on the books at the federal level that says that white people are not allowed to be tennis instructors. Oh, what? That's made up too? Yeah, there's not a single anti-white law on the books ever. Ever, ever, ever. And don't give me the affirmative action bullshit. It's the one law that tries to right hundreds of years, if not thousands of years, of pure injustice. The idea is that affirmative action worked perfectly well for white people for so long, for generations. And then when we try to flip it for a brief amount of time and you just do it by like a point on the test, this guy flips out like it's the most outrageous thing that's ever happened ever. No, you idiot. There was affirmative action for white people forever. And the idea is, let's just try to right some of those wrongs a little bit by like a point on a test. But no, that's unheard of. That's obscene. And he actually says white people can't have certain jobs. Totally made up. He's upset at Jamie Foxx's joke. You know, there were white people in the audience laughing, right? It was a joke. Oh, I kill all the white people. How great is that? Ha 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 ha. What do you think? He actually, imagine Jamie Foxx actually takes out an AK-47, just lights everybody up. Yeah, but that wouldn't happen. And by the way, he's talking about in the movie, he plays a slave, and he has to go after his slave owners. You don't want to kill slave owners? I would kill every single slave owner. You wouldn't kill slave owners? Owning slaves should have been a capital offense. You don't, but you're telling me you're cool with slave owners. Is that what you're telling me? You don't think it's a good idea to kill them? You don't think they should spend time behind bars? Their lives? Please, man, that's sick. You can joke about killing slave owners. In fact, you should joke about killing slave owners. In fact, we should have killed slave owners. Then slavery would have been over a lot fucking quicker, wouldn't it have been? And finally, the point about... No, I already talked about that. The genocide thing. Anyway, last point. Final point here. He says, the march is all around the world. It's a viral idea. You want to know how many people showed up to his march? I'm not kidding about this. 10